Hey folks, this is Susie from Boat Time. Last season we made a video with Barry and the Island Discovery, the full electric boat. This company has also a yellow water taxi, a very fast one. We are going to have a chat with Clare and Brian on this yellow water taxi. These two guys spend the most of their lifetime on the water. They give their customers an insight into the fascinating world of water every day. A little note before we start, Dennis has screwed up my audio. The sound from Brian and Clare is fine, that went very well, it's only my voice. Anyways, we think it's not too bad. Hello Clare, hello Brian.
Hello Susan.
Hello Susan.
Yeah. How are you?
Really good.
Yeah, good. It's nice to meet you, nice to be here on board of your lovely yellow water taxi.
Thank
and I would like to hear something about this business, your jobs, how you came in. Just tell me your story.
Okay, well, the business itself has been, next year is our 10th anniversary.
10th anniversary,
Yes.
wow. Oh, that's long.
And
Cool.
I started here just about 4 years ago.
Yeah.
And I work predominantly on the company's all-electric boat. And it's the only type of that boat. It's solar powered, and it's the only all-electric passenger boat in Ireland.
Wow.
So we're very proud of that.
Yeah,
And,
you can be.
Yeah.
Great.
And it's going very, very well for us.
Yeah. Yeah, so you have a lot of customers and a lot of bookings. Yeah.
A lot of customers. We do all sorts of tours. We do history tours. We do party packages with local businesses, Charlie's Bar, Little Wings Pizzeria, M Lounge. We do packages with Enniskillen Castle here and Enniskillen Castle Cafe. And it's all about just getting people out in the water and providing a venue for them that they can do whatever they want. They can listen to the history or the stories about the loch, the land and the people, or they can bring their own food and drink, or we can provide that for them on the boat.
Yeah.
And the boat's quite big, so the centre of the boat sometimes becomes the dance floor.
Ah, cool.
Which is really good fun.
Yeah. I can't believe this. Oh, that's amazing. Yeah, cool.
Well, look, we're very lucky to do what we do because we're utterly in love with where we're from. And we're very lucky to be able to go out and share that with people on the loch all day, every day, and share the passion that we have. And any of us will tell you that even when we're not out on the loch, we're out on the loch. So it's only just a variation. There was one day last week whenever Barry, Clare and myself, we said goodbye to each other in the evening time, and we headed off. We said goodbye, we'll see you in the morning, and an hour later the three of us met on Devonish in three separate boats. We were out anyway, so we're utterly in love with the place.
Oh yeah, that's cool. So everybody of you has its own boat?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Wow, cool. I'm jealous. Yeah. So you driving around with a boat. You with this taxi.
Yes.
Yeah. And you with the electric boat.
Yes, the Island Discovery.
Yeah, that's great. And then when you stop your work, you go on your boat and driving around with your boat.
Yes.
Oh, great.
Absolutely. There was one evening that I was standing. I didn't get a chance to get out on the boat in the evening time.
Yeah.
So I went beside water just to look across at Devonish, and I was standing there and there's nobody else around, and the next thing somebody came canoeing past, and it was Barry. Barry came canoeing past, and Barry was like, we're utterly obsessed with where we're from. But it was lovely.
Yeah, cool. your whole life is about being on the water, I think.
Yes, yeah. I think sometimes when you total up the hours, we're on the water more than we are on land.
Yeah. So, with us, when we are the whole time on the boat for holidays, and you go to the land, everything is moving. Is it the same with you? You can, or is it a bit different?
I've got used to it. Maybe years and years ago when I was younger doing sailing, I felt that, but I've just got used to it over the years, so it's just the same.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, maybe it's why you're sleeping in a not moving bed.
But what we always say is that, you know, I think the loch keeps for many people very gentle. And the reason why we're so gentle is because we're surrounded by water, and it's like therapy being out on the water all day, every day. Yeah. And this boat's great for getting from place to place, and you need it because it's nice and nimble to get out and about around the islands. But the actual joy is turning the engine off and floating around on the water. Absolute silence. It's our therapy. And for many people, anytime we go to a different country or go to a different county, we always ask, where's your nearest body of water? Where's it's sort of also, because we're only 10 miles from the border, it sort of softens down the Northern Ireland accent as well. So it leaves our accent a little bit more gentle to listen to.
Yeah, it's easy for me to understand you, so very good for me. Yeah. And is it the reason, because you both love the water so much and have your own boats, that you have chosen to do this job with Barry as a boss? Yes.
Yeah. And also, I think there's something very special about being in a job that people are arriving to you happy already. They're there because they want to be there. And it's such a huge head start, and then all you can do is just make them feel even better. Yeah. And by interacting with them and telling them our stories.
Yeah, yeah.
And there are so many stories, and there's so much water, so many islands, so much fish, islands, stories, water. We're spoiled with it, and it's great to be able to share our love of the loch with people, because we all share a love of the loch, and we're all accredited tour guides, and we're all accredited storytellers, so we all share the love of the same sort of thing. And it's great to be able to be out and share that with people.
Yeah. And the people go off the boat after the tours even more happy.
Yes.
Yeah, you can. I had the feeling the last time when I saw people just going off the boat, they had a smile on their face and looked very happy. And is it always like this?
It is actually. Yeah, it's our aim. To see that, and people feel relaxed, or that they've learned something, and that they're eager to come back as well. Yeah. But
also, people pick up on the love that you have for the area, because it's something that you can't fake. You know, you either love something or you don't, and sometimes we remember things because we love them. I have a type of brain that unless I love something, I can't remember it. I'm no matter how much I fake it, I can't remember it. Yeah. So our love of the area lets us hold the knowledge as well.
So you have found your personal perfect way of life, I think. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. And you look so happy, both of you. Always a smile in your face. Yeah, that's grand.
It is good. Sometimes there's funny little things that would happen. The other day, I had a grandfather and grandson out on the boat, and touring around, you'll have seen the different swans and things, loads of bird life. And there were a couple of swans swimming beside the boat, and you know, whenever swans are swimming, they just put their backside straight up in the air when they're reaching away down for something. And the grandfather and grandson were sitting here, and one of the swans put his backside up in the air, and the grandfather said to the grandson, he said, "Look, Kevin, that one hasn't even grown a head yet. Look."
And the grandson believed this?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
And the last person that I had on Devonish yesterday was 80 years of age. 80 years of age, and the last time that she was on Devonish was 70 years ago. So she was only 10 years of age.
Okay.
And the first thing she said was Devonish hasn't changed at all. You know, it's still beautiful Devonish.
Yeah.
But one of her memories was that she ran away from her parents, and that her parents were down the lower part of the island, and she ran on up to St. Mary's Augustinian Priory, and she ran up the spiral staircase up into the belfry.
Yeah.
And when she got to the top of the spiral staircase, there was a goat in the belfry, and she was like, oh no, and started running back down, and the goat sort of naturally followed her back down the stairs, but her memory was of getting chased by what she thought was a ghost of a goat on Devonish.
Yeah. Wow. That's amazing. Good stories. I think you hear a lot of lovely or funny stories from the customers about their experience, maybe early experience of the water, don't you?
Oh, you do,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
Lots of memories, whether they're canoeing or kayaking or on the boat or just fishing.
Yeah.
Actually, as well.
Yeah.
You hear so much lovely stories.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we're pretty happy because we always tell people that we will keep you floating on Lough Erne and not in Lough Erne. That this is yellow, but it's not a submarine.
Not the Yellow Submarine. Yeah. I remember the song. That's cool. And so you do with this yellow taxi the islands who are far away from Enniskillen.
Look, the good news is because this water taxi is flexible and can carry a bit of speed, you can cover good ground.
Yeah.
So in the last couple of years, there's a pilgrim way has been developed, and it sort of notes out all of the important monastic and religious sites along the way, and the timeline is all over the place. It's not a matching timeline, but it is one place where all of the areas have been named out, and sometimes people are quite specific about what they want. Some people will want to go to White Island, some people will want to go to Inishmacsaint, up to Cleanish Island, anywhere. Obviously Devonish is the jewel in Lough Erne's crown. 154 islands, it's the jewel. But the water taxi is flexible and it can go
Wherever you want.
It can go anywhere, and people's needs are different every day. Some people are coming back to recreate memories. Some people are making memories for the first time. Some people are revisiting old ground. We had somebody who used to work in the area, and he worked on the loch one day, so he hired out the boat for the whole day, and he just wanted to go to all of the different places around the loch. Sometimes we're very privileged to be involved in things with families. At one stage we had the spreading of somebody's ashes on Lough Erne because they were utterly in love with Lough Erne, and it is a privilege to be involved in that sort of thing. Marriages.
Yes.
But on the bigger boat then,
On the bigger boat, that was our very first tour on the boat actually. We came to jetty beside Enniskillen Castle. And we picked up the wedding party and the bride and groom and the parents and the bridesmaids and groomsmen. It was it was very special. And it gave them time as we were taking them to the hotel just to relax and chill down, get away from everyone, have a wee glass of Prosecco and just look out the water while we were moving along on our electric boat, nice and slow, steady, calm, and until we reached the hotel and everyone's like, "Way!" clapping them in. They're like, "Let's go."
Cool.
Because once you are out on the water, you know, it's your own time. Turn your phone off and nobody needs you. It's your own time. You're floating on Lough Erne. Once you tune into the fact that even when we're out giving tours on the island, you're on the island. Nobody needs you. It's your own time, and you can sort of breathe out a sigh of relief.
And just relax and try to be happy. Get something from your happiness and take it home. So I understand that on both boats you can be very flexible. What do you want as a customer? So you do a party with food, without food. You do long or short tours.
We do long tour. We do well. Generally, it's an hour and a half for like private bookings.
Yeah.
And if they wanted it shorter, we can do an hour as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, they can come down with their own picnic baskets and their own drinks.
Yeah.
Or we can collect that from local suppliers here. We make sure we use local suppliers and get the food on board. Charcuterie boards by the Curly Pigs. It's a company here in Fermanagh, they're brilliant. From Little Wing and different business around, and we just collect it.
Yeah.
Bring it down.
Yeah. And are the customers then are more interested in the history of Enniskillen, or just to relax on the water and
it depends.
have some fun?
It depends, because if you can imagine, a lot of the private bookings or parties, family gatherings, or hen parties. But one thing I will say is, when the boat starts moving, if people come quite hyper and excited, when the boat starts moving, it's so slow. There's lots of windows. Everybody just...
Yeah?
Yeah.
Wow.
And then they start asking questions about the area. And then they're asking, oh, what's that about? What's this? And yes, obviously with younger parties, then they want music on. They can dance in the middle of the boat. So it depends on the group. But in the summer in particular, we do the history tours, public tours.
Yeah.
And they're there, that's what they want to hear.
Yeah, cool.
And generally we can give anybody what they want. Everybody's needs are individual. This boat, I was telling you, was a little bit more flexible. So whenever the bluebells come out on Inish Devar, they're just beautiful. And what a family group did one day was they hired the boat out for 3 hours. They brought out their own picnic, they brought yoga mats, they brought their swimming gear. So they got a tour on the way out. We stopped at Bluebell Island. They went and did a bit of yoga, came back, had a bite to eat, dangled their feet in the water, and then cruised back down. So it can be anything you want. Early morning yoga, we've done packages on Devonish, you know, as the sun comes up. And then you have a little breakfast
so
and
you
head
bring
back
them
towards
out
land.
with their yoga mats, and they go to the Devonish, to the island, and start with their yoga exercises.
Yeah, they can do anything that they want.
Wow, cool. Have you tried yoga to do this?
But tying my shoelaces can sometimes be enough yoga. If you heard the moans and groans from tying my shoelace.
But I think you don't need yoga because you're so relaxed.
We're pretty relaxed.
So you don't need no more relax. That's so great. And have you done in your life something else before you switched over to this job to be more happy? If you
to be more happy now, you mean?
Yeah.
Yes. I would have done youth work for 12 years. I really loved that as well. But that was when I was younger, and I moved away from home, and then I worked for a couple of different companies that do repairs on domestic appliances, and I looked after the spare parts department. So I get phone calls all day, people looking for modules for washing machines or printed circuit boards, valves, etc. So very busy.
Stressful.
And a lot of time people are ringing, they're unhappy because you could have someone ringing that has a house full of children and no washing machine, so it's quite tough.
Yes.
So then to move from something like that to this, and I worked in a cafe as well for 2 years, and I really liked that, and people are happy too when they're eating, to be fair.
Yeah, that's right. So you know before how to deal with customers and people, so you always did something with people.
Always did something with people, and a lot of those skills work very well on working on the boats.
Yeah, very well.
Yeah.
I have seen, and you, I think you as well did something with people.
Yes, look, would have worked with people all along, would have trained up unemployed people and worked with youth as well. But in answer to the question, this is probably the happiest and the fullest our happy tank has been all along, and then you get to share it with people, and you come home refreshed in the evening, you go out, it's brilliant.
Yeah. So your partners are also very happy with your job because you're happy and happy. Or your children.
And friends and family.
Yeah. So you
Definitely.
you put these happiness around.
Yeah.
You can feel it. I'm happy now.
Good. We're glad.
And we are only sitting in the boat. That's great. So Claire, Brian, it's so nice that we could have this little chat. Thank you so much for your time. I wish you all the best with your jobs. Stay as happy as you are. And hopefully we meet next year again on the boat.
We'll look forward to that.
Thank you very much. We look forward to seeing you on the loch.
Yeah. Yeah. See you on the loch. See you
Yeah,
on the
yeah,
water.
see you on the loch. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye bye.